Hey, my friend. I want to talk to you tonight about pizza. Okay, not exactly just about pizza, but I am going to use pizza as my illustration for the night. I want to talk to you about profitability in your business. Are you a small business owner who is working all the time and yet feeling like you don't have enough money left at the end of the month to pay yourself as much as you want or have more to reinvest in your business? Totally a normal and common thing, and yet something that can be avoided. I just want to tell you about a simple idea. So, on an income statement, a P&L, the way that you determine your profit is by revenue, which is the sales, minus expenses, the money that you spent. So money in minus money out equals the money that we have left at the end of the day. And what you have left at the end of the day is money that you can use to take home to pay yourself, to reinvest in the business, to set aside for a fun project for later. There are a lot of things. Like, you definitely will need to reinvest in your business at some point. And you also want to bring home more money to your pocketbook. Like, you're not in business to just work yourself to death and not make a good income for yourself and your family and be able to impact the world. I know that because I'm a small business owner too. And so you're like, okay, Christy, I know that. Oh, let me introduce myself. I'm Christy Varner, CPA and virtual CFO. I help entrepreneurs make more profit, get more confidence in their business finances, and achieve their goals. I love strategy and I love helping you with this. I read a book, Profit First. If you haven't read that as an entrepreneur, I highly recommend it. I don't recommend every single step of the plans in it, but I'm a firm believer in learning, and there are so many good ideas from that. This book teaches a different way of thinking about profit, and it just flips the algebra, if you will. Like, don't have PTSD if you hated algebra in high school. This is easy. Instead of revenue minus expense equals profit, what if instead we just changed that equation and said revenue minus profit equals expense? Revenue minus profit equals expense. It's the exact same thing as far as the numbers are concerned, but it should be like a light switch moment for you where you realize that you are in control of having profit. And I know, easier said than accomplished. It does take strategy and it does take planning to make this happen. But I want to just illustrate it to you with pizza. Who wouldn't want to? My husband and I are about to eat some pizza, and our wine delivery just came today. So, woohoo! But I want to show you with pizza how this works. Okay, so we have this full pizza. Sorry, trying to get the angle right. We have this full pizza. So let's just imagine, ooh, pepperoni. Let's just imagine, oh gosh, I'm not getting my angle very well. Okay, let's just imagine that you want to eat the whole pizza. This is your revenue, okay? So that's sales. This is your sales, all of these pieces of pizza. And so what happens is you pay for your internet, you pay for your coach, you pay for your accountant, you pay for your website, you pay Kajabi and HubSpot and all the things, right? And your VA and just all the things. These are all, so each of these pieces is an expense that you have. Sorry, I should have worked this out first. So each of these is an expense that you have. And at the end of the month, when you go to take your profit out and pay yourself more or have more to invest for yourself, what do you have? You have no slices of pizza left because all of them are gone. So this revolutionary idea, it's very simple in theory. And like I said, if you want to read Profit First or you want to DM me and talk about it, I would be happy to explain this to you and work with you on it. But the idea behind flipping the switch on this, revenue minus profit equals expenses, is if I had that whole piece of this whole pizza and I were going to feed it to a bunch of teenagers and then hope that they would leave me a piece left at the end, what do you think the possibilities are that I would get a piece left at the end? Right. The same as us hoping for profit at the end of a month minus once we've taken all the money that we made and spent the things that we spent, right? What if instead I took my revenue and I took profit out first? I took my slice of pizza out first. So if I took my slice of pizza out first, there's still a lot of pizza left. The teenagers would still be happy. Sorry, I'm not great at these angles. The teenagers would still be happy with a lot of pizza, right? There's still a lot. They probably wouldn't even really notice. Well, let me just tell you, the same thing is true in your business. If you approach it in that way, if you take your spending and you purposely twice a month take money and just send it to another account or use an envelope system. There are some great online banking tools that have that kind of reserve system. I know we use one in our business, but if you move that profit, like let's just say that you took in, $10,000 this month. If you took in $10,000 and at the end of every month, what you have left for profit is zero, what if instead you took $100 right off the top? And so now you have $990 to spend. You still have $990. You'll still have all that to spend. It's a lot. You still have to spend. But you now all of a sudden have $100 at the end of the month and you're like, wow, I have $100 more than I normally have. And I know $100 is just a small thing, but we have to start somewhere, right? So then each month you can increase that. And you're like, but Christy, I have no money left at the end of the month. So how am I going to do that? You're going to do that by looking at the factors. What are the things that you can change? You can change your revenue or you can change your expenses. So I encourage you to look at both of those pieces. You can do an expense audit and check out my other video on expense audits so that you can learn how to do that. It's a really simple thing, and that can help you find ways to reduce your expenses so that you will be able to say revenue minus profit equals expenses and it all works out. Or you can increase your revenue. Watch my video on that for some other simple ways to increase your revenue. But the mindset is the first thing that has to happen, believing that you can be profitable. And it's funny, the minute you start planning for profitability, the minute you start putting money aside, and at the end of a month, just the mindset of, I'm profitable or I'm more profitable. Like, let's just say that you have a goal to increase your take-home revenue this year by $50,000. Well, that's a big goal. So how are you going to get there? By planning. And so working it out by planning for it and then doing an expense audit and being strategic with your revenue and looking at how you can be selling the things, the services, the programs, the plans that make the best sense for you. You guys, that's the magic. So I hope that this helped you. I am going to go and eat some pizza, but I hope you can see that whether we had 8 pieces of pizza or 7 pieces of pizza, we would still be really happy people and we would still have plenty of pizza. It's exactly the same in your own business. So I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, hit the subscribe button below. We love that. And hit the bell so that you'll always know when we come online. And like I said, drop questions in the comments or DM me. We're at Victory Advisory on Instagram. Christy@victoryadvisory.com is my email, and I am on Facebook as Christy Varner. So thanks so much for watching.